If you follow me on social media, you may know that my husband and I had to basically emergency evacuate our home due to mold. And in that moment, it was literally like there was a tornado or a fire, and my brain was just like, "Oh my God, what do I grab?" And I had to use my husband to like remind me like what are the things that I need. So the list that I'm giving you are based a little bit on the fact that I was forced to in the moment decide what is essential. And one of the first things that I grabbed was this little pill case, and you can get it on Amazon. It's remarkable. This it comes with like these little pouches, and I label them by whether I take it in the evening or in the morning and how many I need to take each time I take one. Like, do I take one or I take two of each? And then I know what most of my pills are, but you can actually label Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can label it any way you want. You can also buy extra pouches. This is super convenient because these pouches are pretty big. So it allowed me to put a ton of my supplements and my hormone replacement and my medications all in one convenient pouch. This is a lifesaver. Your supplements that you're taking are only as effective as the regularity in which you take them. So if you're not doing it on a regular basis, they don't do you any good. I think this is a brilliant invention. It was super affordable, and I will put a link to it in my show notes. It's kind of like about the size of an old Walkman. Why did I just come up with that as an example? I don't know. But if you're my age, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's probably like, what is that? 5 inches by 3 inches. It's a attaché case with a zipper, and on the inside, it's got little Ziploc pouches, if you will, that you can label, and they're different colors, and you can put all your medications plus your estrogen. This is vaginal estrogen. Ladies, if you're not using vaginal, this is like an extra bonus. If you're not using vaginal estrogen, what are you doing? Let me just let me just tell you, game changer. Okay, I digress. Next on my list is my weighted vest. Now, I swear by a weighted vest. I've been able to reverse my osteopenia, and it's probably a lot of lifestyle things that I've been doing, including vitamin D, magnesium, supplements that I've been taking. I lift very heavy, but I was lifting heavy before, and I was still diagnosed as having osteopenia. So I started wearing a weighted vest at the suggestion of Dr. Mary Claire Haver. And then I looked up the research. I've done a few episodes on weighted vests. So if you're looking for those episodes, I will link to them below. But here's the deal with the weighted vest. Not only is it improving your bone density, you're going to be burning more calories just living. If you're just wearing it to live, like walk around the house, running errands, you don't even have to exercise in it. It's going to improve the amount of calories that you burn per day. And it also increases the intensity if you're someone who tries to get in steps as part of your zone 2 cardio. It is a phenomenal way to boost the intensity of your workout, not to mention all the additional benefits because it puts weight on your skeletal system. Now, always make sure that you check with your doctor first. If you've got any back issues, a weak core, there are certain considerations. When you're choosing a weighted vest, typically I say that you want to make sure that you're starting on the lighter end, get used to it, and then you can, move up in weight about 5% max of your body weight to start with. When in doubt, go under 10 pounds. Almost everyone can handle a vest that's like around 8 pounds, at least for a limited amount of time. Even if you're just wearing it for 20 minutes, as your core and your back begin to get stronger, you can start wearing a heavier vest. I will say it took me a while to find a vest that I felt fit me. And I have weird proportions. I'm like kind of built like a kid in some regards. So like my distance from here to here is like really short. So I found a petite vest. I'm going to link both of them in our show notes. I'm going to link the regular vest and the one, and it fits almost everyone. It fits like a average size woman all the way up to a man. The other vest is a petite vest, and it does fit a more compact body. By the way, if you haven't noticed already, I'm in a new location. We did move. This is just pure chaos. Don't even look at what's going on behind me on my shelves. I am open to your suggestions. I would love for one of you, to design my set for the YouTube videos. Like right now, it's just like a bunch of, obviously I just put a bunch of like pink stuff and white stuff, and hormones are hot. That's my fan that we had at our Camp Be More event. Anyways, I am in a new location and I hope you like it. Okay, moving on. My next essential, and this might surprise you, is a barefoot shoe. I never thought I would say that. Okay. And I mean, just for the record, I have to be honest with you. I think they're really ugly. I think all of them are ugly. I think the ones with the toes, the paluvas, I think they're ugly. I think the ones that are just wide so your foot can move around, I think they're ugly. I think they're all ugly. I just do. But they are amazing. And when I try to get my extra steps in and I'm wearing like a normal, regular brand like Nike or whatever, one of the cute shoes with more cushioning, my back hurts, my feet hurt, my ankles hurt, my knees hurt, like everything hurts. Everything aches. But when I wear the ugly barefoot shoes, it's all fixed. It's crazy. So because we were doing so much like running around and moving things and like going up and down and trying to take the dog, like it was chaos. And I couldn't get my gym workouts in the way that I normally could. So I really had to rely on making sure I was getting in enough steps, doing a lot of body weight exercises, doing a lot of exercises with bands. I'm going to talk about that in a moment too. And those shoes made a huge difference. I do love the feel of the paluvas. I think they're really, really well made. I think that they're super comfortable. They do have a learning curve. I've done a whole episode on those, talking about like why, the science behind them, why they're so much better for your feet, so much better for your knees and your ankles and your back. You can take my word for it or not. Just know this. They must work for me, the girl who's obsessed with like fashion over form. Like the fact that I will wear them says a lot about how great they are. And the fact that I actually brought them with us in the very small amount of things I could, lug around to our hotels. Okay. Next up on my list of absolute essentials is hormone replacement therapy. And so, a lot of them are right here. I want to share with you what I take. The only reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I'm always asked this, but it really doesn't matter because what I take is going to be different from what you take. And in fact, what I'm taking this month in terms of my dosage is very different than what I was taking just 2 months ago because of my exposure to black mold, toxic levels of mold. I've got 5 different types that we're working to detox out of my system. It crushed my hormones. So we've had to adjust all of my levels. But I currently take estrogen in they call it a lozenge form, troche. I put it under my tongue. I am going to switch to a patch just to try it. I've never tried that before. I've done the creams, wasn't crazy about the creams. I've also done the capsules, wasn't crazy about the capsules. Right now I'm doing a lozenge. And I also take testosterone. Testosterone is much more difficult for women to get. I take just a whisper of it, like a very, very small amount of testosterone. Personally, I have it compounded and I do an injected form. You can also do it transdermal. You can do pellets. You can do but that's an essential for me, as is progesterone, as is an estrogen cream that I use under my eyes. So these are all hormone replacement therapies. If you do not have a doctor who is specially trained in this area, if you're not working with a clinician who understands and like is almost like this is their obsession and their passion, there's a huge difference. I've worked with doctors who are like, oh, sure, I can give you a hormone replacement therapy, and they can do it, but like it wasn't their forte. Do you know what I'm saying? Huge difference. Humongous difference when you're working with a clinician who like this is their obsession and they just are focused on women's hormone health. Huge difference. If you're looking for a company or a doctor and you've tried to find somebody in your area, and especially if you're someone who needs coverage, like you need it covered by your insurance, I highly recommend Midi Health. They are a partner of the Chalene Show. I've asked them to be a partner because like this is a company, when I learned about the founder, Joanna Strober, and her mission, like she was going through menopause herself, realized like, this is ridiculous. Why don't women have this? And so she's a female founder who put together this amazing company. All the clinicians are specifically trained in women's hormone health, and they've got a great survivorship program for women who've had breast cancer, because the way each of us is treated when it comes to our hormones needs to be very individualized. There isn't like one. That's why it's pointless for me to tell you my dosages. I share like what I take in the form just because I think people are curious. But you want to talk about all of your options. And if you don't have a clinician that you're working with now, I would highly recommend you give Midi Health a try. They're available in all 50 states. Just go to chalene.com/MIDI. It's MIDI. Of course, the link will be below in our show notes. Okay, so I had to make sure that my hormones, I had them with me. And sometimes things have to be refrigerated. So, that was something I had to consider as well. Okay, the next thing that was really important for me was all my supplements, like my essential supplements. When I was looking, I'm just gonna be honest, at my medicine cabinet and the shelf that I have in the kitchen where I keep all of my collagen and my sleep supplements and my magnesium, like everything. It's a freaking lot. It was a ton. And I'm like, okay, do I have time to grab which are the essentials? So I thought about, okay, the ones that are most important, like there's the extras, do you know what I mean? Like the ones that are great for longevity, but I wanted the ones where I'm like, if I'm going to be myself and improving my health every single day, what are the essentials? They are magnesium. That's a must. The magnesium that I take has 8 different types of magnesium in it. And what most people don't realize is that magnesium is responsible for over 300 different functions in your body. Magnesium is going to help you sleep. Magnesium helps your body to retain water, so it improves muscle recovery, muscle development. Magnesium allows your body to produce and to balance out your serotonin. So it helps you to sleep. It helps with your mood. It helps with stronger bones. It helps with insulin regulation. So a lot of people don't realize magnesium is an essential if you're trying to maintain your weight. If you're deficient in magnesium, there's a very high likelihood that you're going to see a difference in your insulin levels and ultimately in your weight. So magnesium is an essential supplement for me. My sleep supplement is an essential for me because sleep is essential. Both of those, by the way, I get from Bioptimizer. And this brand I love because the science that goes into their development, A, and B, because they have a 365-day money back guarantee. And I think that's huge because I've tried supplements before where I'm like, well, didn't work for me, or I had a weird reaction. So it's nice to work with supplements are expensive. And so to be able to work with or to buy from a company where they offer you a 365-day money back guarantee, I think that's unheard of. So they do that. Again, I will link to both of those. The magnesium, I want to say this about the magnesium. I was looking around to see if I have any here. Do I? Oh, stand by. I do in my water bottle. Okay, so that's what I was going to say is 2 different types of magnesium. You can take it in the pill form or you can take the powder form. Personally, I do both, but not everyone should. Remember, everybody's different. So you want to, most people are deficient, but that's a lot of magnesium. I find that's how much I need. So I do a scoop of the magnesium in my water in the morning. Listen, the powdered form of their magnesium has a proprietary magnesium formula in it that does not give you digestive upset. I mean, that's amazing because most magnesiums, if you're going to get all 8 types, you're definitely going to have some digestive upset, but you're not going to with their powdered form. I will say with their pill form, it doesn't have that proprietary ingredient in it, so it does pull the water out a little bit. So you might find as you're getting used to it, you might experience loose stools. I hate using that word. Ugh. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. I don't like any bathroom talk whatsoever. I've been married for 30 years and my husband, he might as well think I'm a robot. He doesn't need to know about anything about my bodily functions. I'm sorry. Like these couples who, talk to each other while one is on the toilet. What? What? No, I don't need to know about any of his bodily functions either. The other day, I digress, but the other day, I was FaceTiming my mom. And she, you know how your parents are, she couldn't figure out how to flip the phone. She flipped the phone, and I saw my father sitting on the toilet. I was like, Mom, first of all, I just puked in my mouth, number 1. Number 2, and she couldn't stop laughing. She thought it was hysterical. I'm like, it's not funny. Now I need to go fund me for therapy. It was not okay. I digress. Where were we? I apologize. Oh, my healthy supplements. Collagen is another really important one. Collagen is so important for your brain, your skin, your connective tissues, your muscles, your bones, all of it. So I brought my collagen with me What else did I bring with me? Oh, my essentials. The other essential that I was certain to grab is my Bright Minds. Now, this is a powder, another powder that I have been taking now for almost 10 years. And the reason why is pill fatigue. And what do I mean by pill fatigue? I had like rows and rows and rows of all of the essential supplements. Like once I realized that my body was deficient in most of these things at age, I guess it was 45 or 46, I started taking this Bright Minds powder because it includes almost everything you could possibly need. So it's a little bit on the pricier side, but not when you consider everything that's in it. It's got like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D3, riboflavin, thiamine, vitamin B6, B12, biotin. Biotin's great for your hair. Folate, pantothenic acid, calcium. It also has magnesium, iodine, zinc, selenium, chromium, ginkgo biloba. Dude, everything. It has almost all of your essential vitamins in it. So that was essential for me to bring. I mean, there's so many supplements that I take on the daily, but again, in that moment, those were the ones that I grabbed because I needed to make like certain that my most important functions were covered. By the way, if you enjoy spending time with me and you want to hear some really interesting stories, I have a private podcast called Patreon. I don't share like useful things like this. I tell stories. I spill the tea. It's not video, it's just audio. So if you want to hang out, if you want someone to just keep you company while you're organizing your closet or on a power walk or driving to the office, I would love to invite you to try Patreon. They have a special where you can try it for free for 7 days, which is really cool because I have literally hundreds of episodes, some stories that you're just going to die. And you can binge all the way back as far as you'd like. Anyways, go to patreon.com/The Chalene Show. These two are going to surprise you. They definitely surprised my husband. You're going to be like, there's no way. Yes way. I sure did. I brought my walking pad and my stand-up desk. Now, my stand-up desk, I've got two of them. I brought the little cheap, inexpensive one. I think it was like under $70. I don't know if that's the price still, but like you can get a really inexpensive stand-up desk on Amazon, on the TikTok shop, at your local Target. Like stand-up desks are a must. I don't record my podcast anymore sitting down. I'm always standing. I do my work standing. I put on my makeup standing. Everything I do standing, and usually with a weighted vest. And so, yeah, I brought my stand-up desk to the hotel with us. And as you know, living out of a hotel, there's very little space. So two things I want you to know. I brought my stand-up desk, and the next item I have on my list is a walking pad. This is an essential. And I realized it when we experienced this, like I cannot live without a walking pad. They're super inexpensive. You can slide them under the bed. It takes up no space at all. I just found like a little tiny space where you would normally, have a bedside table. And I was able, even in the hotel room, to have the walking desk and the walking pad and the dog. Penelope loves to sleep on the walking pad. Sometimes I would just, be standing on it and it wasn't moving just to save space. It's a must. Walking pads are very inexpensive. I will link to a couple of them below in my show notes. I will say this, if you're worried about falling off or you don't have great depth perception or balance per se, then you definitely want to use a walking desk with your walking pad. If you're just walking on your walking pad and there's nothing around you, there's no bar, there's no table, I think it's probably pretty easy to lose track of where you are in space. And I just think if you're worried about that at all, get one that has the little row bar or invest in a walking desk and then problem solved. Next on my list is a tracking device. Now, as you may know, I have been testing. Right now, I'm only wearing one, but I've been wearing 4 different tracking rings, fitness rings. I wore the Aura, I wore the Ringcon, and I wore 2 different Smart Health rings. And in case you did not catch that podcast, I did do a review of those rings. Spoiler alert, let me just give you the Cliff Notes version. The Aura Ring is by far the most in-depth in terms of data. So if you are very interested in like your HRV and you want to see heart rate variability, your temperature, the nuances of your sleep, step count, your cycle, everything, then the Oura Ring might be the way to go. I also think the ring, I'm not wearing it right now, but the Ring Con is a close second, less expensive, and it does not require a membership. Next up, though, is the Smart Health Ring. The Smart Health Ring was $40. $40. And it gives you your step count, it gives you your sleep. Now, it doesn't give you as in-depth, deep data on every aspect of your health, but if you're just looking to track your step count and your sleep, like, your deep sleep, your REM sleep, for $40, the Smart Health is great. Disadvantages, I don't know how long it will last. I've only had mine for, I guess, 4 months now. They're doing great. They do seem to have tarnished a little bit more than the Oura Ring, but that's my take on those. And having something, it's just a wearable. It doesn't have to be a ring, but I think it is essential that you have some type of tracking device, because what we measure, we can improve. And for a couple of days, I could not find my charger and all my rings were dead. And I just didn't get in the same amount of activity. I wasn't as diligent about my sleep. I really think there is something for tracking these things. So if you want to use a Whoop band or a smartwatch, that's great too. I don't like to wear anything else other than just a ring. So I love the rings, and I love that you can get that technology now for under $50. That's insane. Next on the list of essentials are resistance bands. You can get a full body workout with your resistance bands. And frankly, I had to resort to that a whole bunch in the last couple of months. Now, I say that because I want to be honest and tell you, more often than not, I work out at the gym. I do work out at home with dumbbells. I use Selectex, and I love using bands. But if I had to pick like what's an essential, it would be bands. Like, you can get absolutely the best workout with bands. You can take them on vacation with you. They're very inexpensive. There are bands that are really well made now, and I'm going to link to those, because you must be careful about the bands that you buy. If you buy cheap bands, they snap and it will give you a welt like you cannot believe. I mean, you could really hurt yourself. I've heard of people having like permanent eye damage because they're using cheap bands that break. They get brittle, they get dry. They hook them around things and then they just tear. So buy quality bands. I think Spry makes an incredible band that's braided. You're not going to have to worry about that breaking. There's another brand that I can't think of off the top of my head right now, but I'll make sure I have it for your show notes and put links to both those down there. It's also nice to have a door attachment so that you can do a lot of these exercises. If you're looking for weights, I love the Selectex, but I wasn't going to bring those with me, so I feel like I shouldn't share those in this list of essentials. Bands are an essential. I would get a lower body band. They come in a pack of 3. I'll link to those below as well. Many of the workouts that I do for Phase It include bands. So you can get you can do any kind of workout with a set of bands, and you add a set of dumbbells and you're good to go. Next on my list of essentials is a pillow. You're like, a pillow? Yes, because sleep is essential. And I have this very expensive mattress cover. It's called an 8 Sleep. I'm sorry. Actually, I think I do have an affiliate for that. I think I do. But let me tell you, when we had the situation with the mold, we had to leave the mattress behind. So right now, I don't have an 8 Sleep. I have to save up and buy another one. They ain't cheap. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything, but I do think I have an affiliate link. Dude, it is next level. Oh my God. Like, to be cold or warm, like to control your temperature while you're sleeping, it's insane. Insane. And once you have one, you just know, like, oh my, I can't wait to get another one back. But anyways, that's not my essential. The essential that I wanted to talk about is my pillow. Okay. And I've changed my mind. I used to be such that's a brand, My Pillow fan. I love the My Pillow. But this is what happened. I couldn't take our pillows with us because, again, mold. So I had to order them, and I needed one that night. And the My Pillow on Amazon, I couldn't get it for like 3 days. So I'm like, oh man. So I went on ChatGPT and I did a search for what do people say is the closest to it, or, a similar type pillow, because I would need a pillow that this is just me. I can shape it around my head I usually fall asleep on my back. So I need it to fit a certain way, and I need to be able to like change the shape of it. So I need a pillow that whether you're sleeping on your side or your back or your stomach, you can change the shape of the pillow, which in my pillow you can do, but I couldn't get a my pillow. So all the reviews I was reading online, everyone's like, forget the my pillow, try, I think it's pronounced Coop, COOP. I'm not sure, but it's an adjustable pillow. Mind blown. I'm a changed woman. I've replaced all of our pillows with this pillow. What's really cool is you can take stuffing out of it or put extra stuffing in so you can make it like extra firm or extra soft. But it's this kind of stuffing, I don't know how to describe it, but like you can move it all around and it's freaking amazing. I love this pillow. For me, this is now essential. I will not go on vacation. I will not travel. I will not sleep without this pillow. Game changed. And I wish I had an affiliate link for you. I'll work on that. I don't at the moment, but I will link to the one that I purchased. And my last essential is having a great water bottle. I know that sounds simple, but it's a big deal. And I've gone through a bunch of different ones. Like at the moment, I can't even believe I'm going to say this because it's just so basic, but I really do love the Stanley. I mean, I have the giant one. And if you're wondering like what all of this stuff is, so and I'll link to it. Again, I don't have an affiliate for my Stanley Cup, but you know, I like to watch YouTube videos. Obviously you do too. Hi, thanks for by the way, if you haven't already, thank you so much for subscribing. It really means the world to me. I appreciate you. If you haven't, please take a moment now to subscribe. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera, but check this out. Okay. So this is like a little attachment. I will definitely link to this. It's a little attachment that allows you to, like, you could just watch your phone or you can use it like a tripod. So like when I'm in the gym, oh, that's my cute husband. When I'm at the gym and I'm filming myself, I don't have to like bring a tripod. I've got it attached to my phone. And you're like, what's that other one? That's another tripod. Just because I was testing them out. I wanted to see which one I like better. I definitely like this one better. So I'll link to that one. I mean, this one's not bad. And you can strap it on just about any water bottle. Actually, I'll link to both because if you don't have a Stanley Cup, but you want a way to attach your phone, it's also very convenient. Like a lot of times I'm not filming in the gym, but I don't want to hold on to my phone. So I just attach it to my water bottle. I put all of my powdered supplements in this water bottle. It keeps it cold for forever. And I usually use a steel straw. I try to do as little plastic as possible. Speaking of which, I'm going to give you a bonus essential. So we're actually getting 12 today for the price of 11. And that is glass meal prep containers. Now, I didn't have to bring this with us because, again, we were in hotels, but glass meal prep containers, just, for meal storage. I shouldn't even say prep. I like the Glass Lock brand. I have a friend who's a breast cancer survivor that her name is Jen Delvaux. If you're someone who's struggling with cancer, I highly recommend that you follow her. She's my go-to. I don't have to like do any research. I'm just like, Jen, what are the pans I need to buy? What are the containers I need to buy? Like she's done all of the research to make sure that nothing is toxic. So like she's my girl and I highly recommend that you follow her because she's got like some great guides you can download, etc. So she turned me on to the Glass Lock glass containers. It was so hard for me to just give you 11 plus 1. I want to give you 100, but these are the essentials. These are the ones when I had just a moment to flee and I had to grab the things that really make a big difference and move the needle when it comes to keeping me healthy. That's them. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. I love you. I mean it. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.